All right, good morning, guys. How about last night's episode? Are you bitches conspiring against me or what? Man, I can't wait till Kathryn's off the show. I'm getting sick of this. This is pretty cringy. Oh man, watching her tailspin has been painful. I feel sorry for her. I really do. Last episode was pretty cringy. Watching her campaign by basically getting freaked out to every single group of people in the house over and over and over again, and tonight kind of picked up where that left off. Tonight was nominations. We also had the Whacktivity comp number 2, which was pretty lame. It was like a match the snake challenge, which was whatever. Tommy was pretty funny in it, but the power itself was, despite Jack's best efforts to really play it up as something spectacular, it's a pretty lame power. We're gonna get into exactly what that is in just a few minutes here. So episode 6 starts with Kathryn talking to Mickey, and she's really convinced that those two are still working together. No, it's not really a thing. Mickey's over it. They hooked up, but he's recognized that she's toxic for his game, which is good for him. But this episode starts off. She's talking to him. This is just after the return of David. Okay, so she's going to Mickey and saying things like, "We need to get David back on our side." I mean, yeah, but you're not really on Mickey's side, and over the next 42 minutes, we're going to just see exactly how and why that all goes down in the episode. We don't really dive any deeper into that, though. Instead, we see Mickey speaking in the pantry. I guess that's what that room is, the pantry, the snack room. It's not the kitchen. Pantry with David, and he's trying to play nice and explain like, oh, like I was trying to put you in a position where you would return. Like, it's just such a bullshit answer. And I mean, I'm not the biggest David fan. I thought he would go far in the house, but I'm not a fan of his. I was happy to see that like he saw right through the bullshit. This was actually a really good episode for David. Over on my Instagram, after every episode, I do like an episode winner and an episode loser. It might be, you guys might find that interesting. So on Instagram at Inches Gaming, if you guys want to check that out. I do that, yeah, after every episode. It's just interesting. I don't know if David is this week's big winner. It's tough to be the big winner when you're in camp comeback, but I don't know. It was a good episode for him in a couple ways. So David wasn't buying it. Then Mickey goes to Ovi, kind of gives the same, bullshit spiel about like, oh, I'm glad you're not eliminated. When we voted you out, we knew you weren't gone. Like, whatever, Mickey, right? Ovi played along. Like, could just be the way the scene was cut and edited, but it did look like Ovi was genuinely buying into it, which was fine. He did give us a little bit of insight, which that's perfect coffee this morning. I did have some questions about that nightmare power that Ovi has. Obviously, before he left the house, it was good until week 6. But I wasn't sure, is he still able to use it while he's in camp comeback? Does it just get put on pause until he maybe returns? Or is it like it's gone forever even if he does return in 2 weeks? Right? So we got some insight into that. At least the way Obi was talking, and I have to believe that it was explained to him off camera in depth, that if he does return, it will in fact be active again for him, but he cannot use it while he's in camp comeback. So we got some clarification there, which is important to note moving forward. Then we had the first really cringy moment of the episode with Kathryn. They were in the boat room, Kathryn and David, and she was talking about, oh, well, it's good, like, you're coming back at a good time, like, there isn't really one side of the house pitted against the other, there aren't any alliances formed, and, like, David almost pulled a muscle. He rolled his eyes so hard at that, and I almost fell on my seat laughing. Like, it was, I couldn't tell if it was more funny or more sad, but Kathryn's going, oh, it's great. There's no alliances in the house. And David goes, come on, there's alliances. Kathryn's like, no, there isn't. And David's like, there's alliances. You're just not in them. It was like, oh. So, anyways, she's pretty, like, well, she's pretty. So there's that. But no, she's not going to be happy, I think, when she gets out of the house and she sees the way that this season was edited to make her look. I don't know. I mean, sometimes they make people look worse and sometimes they make people look better, right? Like, it is entertainment based, but I mean, they can edit her last episode to do that quick cut of her saying, are you bitches conspiring against me? 40 times, right? Like, they can edit that together in quick succession, but she's still the one that said it. So, I don't know. There's only so much fancy editing they can do, and they can't make up the words that she's saying. So, it's pretty cringeworthy. I feel embarrassed for her. She's not going to be happy. Then we had Nicole and Ovi talking. This is like a little quiet alliance. I feel like if Ovi comes back in the house, that might be a pair. Not like a showmance, but like a best friend mance. I don't really see them having a romantic connection, but they do seem to have each other's back. Ovi had this little trio with the meatheads there, and Nicole basically laid it out as like, no, like, they were just blowing smoke up your butt. They did not have your back. So, Ovi had his eyes open to that he was getting played by those two. Then we had the chaos activity, and this was really lame. It was like a match the snakes thing. So we had Tommy, Holly, Jack, Mickey, and Sam competing. First of all, Tommy was hilarious. He was doing this thing where he was like giving each of the three snakes, well, you guys saw it, but he gave the three snakes personalities and characters, and, well, this is whatever, and he's whatever, Uncle whoever, and he's, 45, and he's unmarried, and there's rumors, but nothing confirmed, right? Like, it was funny. He's got a great personality, so I'm still happy with Tommy the whole way. Jack won. But interestingly, when they showed the scores, Sam had the second best time. So Sam he won the POV last week. He had the second best time in this competition. Like, Sam, I think I've been taken for granted, but, like, depending on how these eliminations go, and if the two meatheads both go, like, if Jack and Mickey both get taken out by the other side of the house, we could see Sam being, like, the main comp beast left in the house. So, good on you, Sam. I mean, coming into the season, I did not expect to see the performances we've seen out of him, but Sam is got a pretty decent social game. He's not rocking the boat. Like, he's taking the HOH consideration of whatever when he's, using his veto power, and, he hasn't been pissing anybody off, which is big. And I've been blown away by his performance in the competitions. So I've got literal goosebumps. I want to show you, but there's no way my shitty camera's going to pick that up. But just thinking about how good he does. I mean, his kids are going to be proud of him. So good for him. So we've got two different, between him and Kathryn, it's like Kathryn's going to go home and I'm sure be pretty upset with how she's portrayed. And I think Sam's going to go home and be pretty proud of how he did this season. So that's cool. Let's get into the power, though. What was the power? So the power for the Nightmare competition was, as we all agree, pretty powerful, right? Pretty awesome. Basically a double secret veto. You take down both nominees. It's secret. Nobody knows who it was that did it. And it's good until week 6. So what was it for the chaos competition? Well, good news is the power lasts all season long. I know, like, officially it only lasts until there's 6 people left. But if you think about it, there's the HOH, the 2 nominees, and then the 3 house guests that compete in the power veto. So once there's 6 people left, there's no one to replace, right? So it lasts until it mathematically won't work anymore. Bad news is power is really lame. Jack, I'm sure, was egged on by producers in the diary room to, like, really overreact. But he has to be aware that this power is not as good as Ovi's. Like, 10 times worse. It is not as good. So what it allows him to do is redraw all 3 players for the veto. Okay? It's not a secret. Just during the POV selection ceremony. So the 6 people compete in the veto. 3 of them are determined. They're not changing. It's the HOH and the 2 nominees, okay? But then each of them picks someone. So the 3 people that they pick out of the little baggie, those 3 are the ones that get reshuffled. But it's not secret. So Jack has to stand up and say, I've got the nightmare power, or I've got the chaos power. Let's throw the whole house into chaos and redraw. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. But then all 3 that were competing go right back into the bag, and then they redraw all 3 again. So if he specifically wanted someone out of a competition, like if he's thinking, oh, I can't have Sam compete because Sam's a comp beast and he's been picked, Sam could just get freaking picked again. So, like, it's not that good at all, right? If I'm wrong about that, maybe I'm sure. I feel like I rewound and I watched it for clarification. But the 3 people that get tossed aside, they go back into the bag and there's a chance they'll be in the competition anyways, correct? Comment in the comments below if I'm wrong about this. But it has to be. Because otherwise it wouldn't work till the final 6, it would only work till the final 9. Right? Because if you were taking those 3 off and not putting them back in the bag, you'd still need 3 more people. Yeah, it has to just be a pure redraw. So you could end up in a situation where you take 3 people that you didn't want to compete, throw the house into chaos, and then redraw those same frickin' 3 people. And essentially have no difference. And the house now, because it's not a secret, knows that it was Jack that did it. And they're just like... And here's the worst part. Is like we saw Jack's like super pumped reaction. Oh, this isn't just a power that you just throw around willy-nilly in 1 week. This is a game changer that you can take right till the end of the game. Oh my god. Like, I don't know if he's that dumb or if the producers just were like, hey, like, for entertainment purposes, we need you to help us sell this. Like, whatever, right? And there is incentive for the cast to play ball in that situation. Because we've seen returning house guests, right? We do have, like, all-star type scenarios. So if you play ball, there's a better chance that... I mean, it's still very small, right? Like a 1% chance that you'll get invited back for, next season to have the whatever. But if you play ball, there's a chance that happens. So I don't blame him for playing ball and pretending to be super hyped about this, but I'm not buying it. You guys shouldn't buy it either. This friggin' power is pretty lame. The worst part, though, is when the power gets revealed and it gets used. Whether it's revealed in a conversation backdoor or whether it's just used at a POV selection ceremony. The house guests are also going to play ball and pretend that it's amazing and like, what's going on? Oh my God, what a game changer. And it's not at all. Like, just don't. But if you guys thought it was bad watching Jack bumble his way through pretending it was a huge power, then just hold your breath and wait till the whole house finds out and the whole house is in panic. Okay, that's enough of my rant for that. Okay. Then we got a preview of Love Island, and Love Island looks bad. I will not be doing recap and analysis and power rankings for Love Island, okay? I love reality TV, but I only love game shows where money is the prize and love and fooling around ain't nothing but like a side quest, okay? I don't do The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. No thanks. True love is not a prize to be won on TV. Okay, it is something to be written about in Disney cartoons, and that's it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I like reality TV that is game show, like a season-long game show. This playlist is called Seasonal Game Shows, not Find Love on TV. So I like Big Brother. I like Survivor. I like Amazing Race. I like The Challenge on MTV. I like RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay? I like competitions where we get to see the personality of the contestants. It's like The Price is Right or Jeopardy. If it was played out over, like, how's this for an idea? Jeopardy, where all the contestants live in a house together and we have to see them every day and we get to learn the backstory of Ken Jennings or... Oh, man, anyways, I'm going off on a nerdy Jeopardy tangent. Let's get back to business. Love Island looks bad, but it was revealed that in addition to winning the veto comp winner will also get a trip to Fiji, which, I mean, it doesn't really affect us as viewers, but they are giving more prizes away this year, so it's just interesting to be aware of. I don't know if we're going to see prizes rolled into every competition moving forward, or if this is just a promotional stunt to help get people to watch Love Island. It's 5 days a week. There's no way this is going to be a good show. This is just hot garbage. Hot garbage. Anyways, that's enough of that stupid Love Island one. Throwing that away. Next scene, we've got more on the Holly and Mickey showmance that I was kind of touching on last episode. We saw the four-person 69 in the hammock. And Holly was paired up with Mickey. I was wondering how that was going to go down because Holly watched Mickey hooking up with Kathryn when Holly was in the HOH room with Christy last episode, or 2 episodes ago. So obviously she was aware of the showmance that was kind of blooming there with Kathryn. But there was something going on with Holly and Mickey. Mickey was definitely into both of them. And tonight we saw, I guess, the culmination of events there. So Holly had a really great moment. Showed her sense of humor. She's doing like this move on Mickey. And she's going, in case you guys missed this, sorry, I laughed pretty hard at this. So as a comedian, I appreciate when people have a good moment of comedy. And I don't know if this is, whatever, it is what it is. But she's doing this like head massage thing. She goes, it's a brain sucker. She's like, do you know what it's doing? And Mickey's like, what? She's like, it's starving. Oh, burn. Anyways, whatever. I just spent 30 seconds explaining that lame joke, but that you guys already saw, but I just appreciated it, so we're throwing it in there. Then we have Mickey and Holly in the hammock, and they're hanging out, flirting, whatever. And basically, he's like, yeah, let's have a showmance. And she's like, sure, sounds good when you stop sleeping in Kathryn's bed. So just totally calls him out. He gets defensive, and he's like, oh, like, I'm not. Like, I wake up in my bed, I fall asleep in my bed all by myself, I'm a big boy. Okay, whatever. Then, cringy moment number 2 for Kathryn. She comes over, she sees her boyfriend in a hammock with someone else, and she like does this weird sneak up on them, and then she's like, oh, I don't even remember how that went, but Holly's like, yeah, I heard you coming, I couldn't see who it was. It was just a weird interaction. And then it got weirder because Kathryn climbed into the hammock at the other end, but like not in a comfortable, casual way at all. It was just like those two were laying down in it, and then she sat like on their feet, and it was painful. It was so painful to watch. And it was just like, I'm so glad Mickey ended it today, because I couldn't watch 4 more episodes of Kathryn pursuing Mickey and Mickey treating her like trash, and then her melting down about it. So I'm glad we just got a Band-Aid episode. Just rip it off. So that was cool. So that was super awkward. Then we saw Mickey talking to Jack and was like, dude, like, I don't care if she goes home. I don't care if she's a pawn or what. Obviously, Jack has, he's making the noms. So it was kind of a weird bro moment of like, dude, you gotta like, can you please nominate her just to break up with her for me so I don't have to? Like, it would just be super sweet. Anyways, Jack was kind of like, well, I gotta watch out for my own thing, so, like, whatever. Next thing you know, Mickey's having the talk with Kathryn, breaks up with her, and again, she shows that she is tone deaf to what's going on in the house. Because earlier she's telling David that there's no alliances, even though there's many alliances and she ain't part of any of them. And then when Mickey tells her like, oh, like we can't be seen as a showmance, and just her responses of like, oh, well, nobody thinks that, and like it's not upsetting anybody, and like it's just everybody is aware of everything and she's the only one that's not, and it's just sad to watch. I had her ranked high when I read her bio coming in pre-season during the cast reveals. I think I actually had her ranked going to like the top 5. There's no way she's making it to the top 5. There's no way. She's way too like neurotic and paranoid and emotional. It's not going well for her. So, Kathryn, whether it's this week or next week, you're done. Then Jessica. Dear old Jessica. Jessica pitches a girl alliance, a power 4, which they called the Black Widows. She's not 100%, like, she's not sure of the Grateful that there is like a power alliance, but she wants a girls alliance to beat the boys alliance to the punch. So Jessica with Bella, Nicole, and Kemi, who I think are all bedroom mates. So she pitches the 4 of them to be this girls alliance. And again, Bella, like, everybody wants to work with her. She's always in a good spot to, like, I think every alliance that's formed almost, with the exception of maybe Fab Five, which wasn't a real alliance. And then the trio of Meatheads and Ovi, that basically everything else has been run through Isabel. So, yeah, this girls' alliance, Black Widows, they revealed their number 1 target is going to be Jack. So, we've had a couple indications now, whether it was when Christy was HOH, she almost put Jack up as a replacement nominee. the girls' alliance, Kemi, Jessica, everybody on that side of the house, Jack is their number one target. I thought for a while it might be Mickey because of his camp director situation in week 1, but Jack has way more blood on his hands. He's pissing off way more people. He's gonna have to win a POV in his future, or he's going home. So, anyways, Bella goes running to Jack, and she lets him know. And like, this was a smart move, but also kind of risky. She realizes that like this Black Widow alliance is not gonna get her far in this house, so she's got to be true to the one that will help her get further, which is Grateful. So she goes and tells Jack, like, hey, just so you know, Jessica's got this idea. She wants an alliance, and she wants to get you out next chance she gets. Jack's like, cool, thanks for letting me know. So that's good for her with her relationship with Jack. It builds trust. But downside is, noms are in. Jack nominates Jessica and Kemi. Okay? And he totally spills the beans at the nomination ceremony that this is why I'm doing it. Someone told me about this alliance. He told Jessica to her face. But he's like, someone told me there was this girls' alliance and that you guys were targeting me. Well, there's 4 people in this alliance. 2 of them got nominated, so they wouldn't have been the ones that told Jack. So it was either Nicole or Isabella. So that's going to come back on Isabella. Someone, like, she's going to get found out for whatever. It'll just be interesting to see how she's able to spin things when Kemi, her buddy, comes and is like, yo, dog, why'd you throw me under the bus and rat out our alliance? Like, what the fuck? So that might be something she can recover from, or it might just be like a mathematical thing that she had to figure out of like, well, I know I'm going to have either Kemi and Jessica mad at me or 7 other people in a more powerful alliance mad at me. Like, that might have just been the cost of doing business. So anyways, that's just something to keep an eye on looking forward. Nominations, I called it. Last episode, I was right. I thought it was going to be Kemi and Jess. We had indications during Christie's HOH that that's who Jack was targeting. He wanted Kemi gone week 1 and Ovi gone week 3, but Ovi was gone week 1, so everybody else just moves up 1 spot. So that's Jess and Kemi. So sure enough, they're the nominees moving forward. And that's basically where this episode ends off. So let's take a look at our power rankings after tonight's episode and see where that leaves us moving forward. So after tonight, we've got... before I do this, I just want to remind you guys, CBS is moving to their normal summer schedule now. So the first couple weeks, we were doing like Tuesday, Wednesday shows. But now it's back to Wednesday, Thursdays, and it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday for the rest of the year. So no episode this Tuesday. Instead, we'll have one on Wednesday. So it'll be POV competition Wednesday, and then live eviction on Thursday. So yeah, with that in mind, before I reveal the power rankings, now's a good time to like this video. If you guys made it this far, you didn't do it because you didn't like it. So please like it. It really helps me out. I know I've only got like 15 subscribers, but I'm trying to grow this into something bigger. Like I said, stand-up comedy is my full-time gig. This is my side hustle. But the bigger this grows, the more money I can justify to my accountants spending on this venture, so I can get better equipment, and then production quality goes up. So likes are the best way that you can help me out. It's free. It just takes a second. If you really like it and you haven't subscribed yet, do so, please. Okay, so this is last week's power rankings after last episode. The people in camp come back. I know one of them is going to come back, and we'll adjust that accordingly, but I'm not going to speculate on, well, I think David's going to make it to the final 5 if he comes back. Like, whatever, right? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, we've only got 2 movers after this episode, and it's basically just the meatheads. We're swapping their positions. So, Jack and Mickey, this is it. I really wanted to put Kathryn down into early evictions. I think she's going home soon. But obviously with Jack in HOH, he's not going home this week. It will be someone, Kemi, Jesse. I think if someone wins the POV and brings them down, he might throw Cliff up as a pawn. But I can also see him just getting rid of Kathryn, whether that's to help Mickey out or just eliminate drama. But I don't know. I could see Cliff going up as a pawn. I really don't want him to, so I hope whoever wins POV doesn't change anything. But if anyone's a pawn, it's going to be Cliff. Cliff, I think, is going to be safe this week. Yeah, so that's that. I'm tired. I woke up early to do this video because my daughter's coming over. And I'm not going to have any time while she's here. We got a big week ahead of us. So I wanted to get this out, get this to you guys on time. I know my last episode was a bit late. So I woke up early to do this for you. Sorry it was a bit sloppy, but we got her done. Reminder to go check me out on Instagram where I do episode winner and an episode loser after each episode. So even for the midweek episodes, I know I only do one video on YouTube summarizing both of them together. But on Instagram, I do an episode winner for both of the midweek episodes. So every single episode, I do a big winner, and every single episode, I do a big loser. So go check me out over there. I think I don't want the big winner to just be like, well, whoever won HOH. That's too simple, right? I don't know who the big winner is for this last episode. I'm going to have to think a little bit harder about it. Pretty sure the big loser is going to be Kathryn, though. So, all right. Go check me out on Instagram at Inches Gaming and find out who I think the big winner from last night's episode was. Okay, guys. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you guys on Friday.